Good morning, everybody. Welcome to another episode of Cooper's Amputee Lifestyle. We are with Blackbeard Cruises on the Morning Star. Now, this is the second night we stayed on this boat. The first night out at sea, we just finished Crab Rocks. Now we are going to go up to Dog Rocks. We started our journey leaving Nassau. We stopped at Pac-Man's Reef, Periwinkle Reef, the Blue Hole, Crab Mountain, and now we are at Dog Rocks. We heard that there's potential for some swim-throughs, so let's go check it out and get wet. Enjoy. On this adventure, I'll be diving with my good buddies, Mark and Nate. Descending directly below the Morning Star, we immediately find a swim through that's going to take us and drop us all the way out about 80 feet deep on the shelf. There's a lot of areas that open up in this overhead environment. In this swim through, Mark is just shining his light, telling me which way to go. As we exit the swim through on the edge of the shelf, we immediately find some lionfish. Further down the shelf, we see another swim through. This one's a little tighter. As we exit the swim through, we go left-hand search for critters on the reef in that direction. It is still dark out. The squalls and the overcast are blocking all of our sunlight. Here we have a group of black cap bassalettes hanging out on this little sponge. To the right, what looks like a called black coral. Here's another large lionfish. As cool as these guys look, they are very invasive. They pretty much eat all of the tiny fish. What kind of fish do you think this is? Leave a comment below. I'm not sure. Maybe it's a juvenile tuna. Here is a honeycomb cowfish. Here is a female spiny lobster with eggs. If you look underneath her tail, you can see the eggs that are attached underneath her tail. Mark and Nate and myself, we go into the shallow parts of the coral. We are going to continue looking for some life to photograph and film. Here are some fairy bassalettes. It looks like Mark has found another swim through. Not a bad swim through, a little tight, but it was okay. Here's another really cool sponge. I just love how these things give off this kind of like bluish purple glow. Here's a really cool Nassau grouper kind of hanging vertical on the reef. I was wondering if it was looking for some cleaner fish or cleaner shrimp to come out and groom it. Right off our anchor line, we see a Bermuda trub and some schoolmaster fish. So I see a group of blue striped grunts along with some various parrotfish hanging out over here. I'm going to go over here and film it, check it out. This is probably one of my favorite parts of this dive. I love how I can just sit here and these fish are just so chill. And then this parrotfish comes up and it's got this expression on its face. That was a pretty neat dive site. Mark actually told me that was probably one of his favorite dive sites on this trip. Now as the sunlight is kind of punching through the clouds as they're moving on, it's becoming a brighter dive site, more diffused lighting. But we want to show you something else that we did later on this trip that involves some sharks. Check this out. You're not going to want to miss this. As I jump off the boat into shark-infested water, I look down and I immediately see tons of reef and nurse sharks. This is going to be an amazing dive. We are located west of Nassau, Bahamas. It took about an hour to drive and about a 30-minute boat ride. We're down here at this nice sandy location where all these sharks are gathering. This is going to be a shark feeding dive. I'm not going to show you everything. This is just a taste of what we ended up doing later on this adventure. The only downfall is that because it's a sandy bottom and we have to stay negative on the bottom, a lot of sand gets kicked up and a little bit of the video gets a little blurry from all the sand. It looks like Julian is getting set up. There's a little container with some chum in it to gather all the sharks around the scent. Aside from sharks, we had these giant groupers show up as well. This is a little clip of the feeding actually taking place. I apologize, there's a lot of sand that's getting kicked up. Not only that, my camera is running non-stop, so it's creating a lot of heat in the housing, which is creating a little bit of fog. Notice how these guys are wearing wetsuits and then chainmail over their wetsuits. I'm not wearing either. I'm literally in shorts and a t-shirt. This was such a great experience to be able to film a couple of feedings. I would say this is probably some of my favorite diving down here in Bahamas. You guys will see a full episode on this later in our Bahamas series. So that's going to be another episode of Cooper's Amputee Lifestyle. Don't stop there. At the end of this video, click on the next suggested video. Don't forget to subscribe, like, comment, and share. Thank you everybody for your support. Be safe. We will see you on the next adventure. Take care. Mark, thank you for joining us on an amazing adventure. It really breaks our hearts that you're not with us anymore. I miss all the crazy adventures we had together. I wish I could relive them. I used to always enjoy the crazy little scowls you would give me when I would photograph you during our adventures.